You would have to win 50 times to get that, right?
Right.
That's all they gave was $10 for winning.
Okay, it's ready.
Okay, I'm glad to see you all here, and we're gonna kind of pick off with the hand that we left off at the end of last year. And this is from Eddie Cantor back in February. And you might remember, when you're declaring, the most mistakes are made at trick one. Like I used to play with Guy, he was pretty good, but he never got that. I can't tell you how many hands he screwed up because he ended up in the wrong hand after trick one. And then he decided to think, too late, you're already in the wrong hand. So, you might remember this hand, and this hand is a good example of that. Think before you play in trick one. The other thing is, always consider your entries, especially when it comes down and you see that they're limited. Don't be wasting them. So here you are. You ended up in 5 diamonds. You're looking at all these diamonds, and there you are. You got the 5 diamonds, and West opened the club, couple passes, and then you didn't mess around. You just did 5 diamonds, and they lead the King of Hearts. What are you gonna do? You need to think about it. It's good to think about it. Okay, to help you, how many tricks you need? 11 tricks. How many tricks you got in your hand?
9.
9. That means you better get 2 of them from dummy or you're going down, right? That should be etched in your mind. I gotta get 2 tricks in dummy. Where are they gonna come from?
Gotta come from spades.
Yeah, they're gonna have to come from the spades. And if you win the ace of hearts on that first trick, what's gonna happen? You're going down, right? That's what's gonna happen, right? You win the ace of hearts, you're going down, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no way you could get back to the ace king of spades. So,
Let that one go.
yeah, you gotta let it go. And what are you hoping for?
Hoping he'll lead a club.
Well, you're hoping they won't leave.
That's what I mean,
Right.
yeah, right.
But what do you think, what's a reasonable hope? They already led the king of hearts, and if you let it win, what are you hoping for?
Another heart.
You're gonna lead another heart, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're hoping for. And when they lead another heart, that's your window of opportunity. What do you do?
Take the ace of hearts and pitch the ace of spades.
Right. You unblock, right? Get rid of that ace of spades, right? Throw it away on that second heart.
Wow.
Shouldn't be hard, right? Because you gotta realize you can't make your king, queen of spades as long as that ace of spades is in your hand, and you're not gonna get another chance to throw it away.
Okay.
You're just gonna go down. And you have to take whatever time you need to figure that out before you play the first trick. Like after you play the first trick, you could be Einstein, it's not helping you. Anyway, that's kind of the lesson of this. Count your tricks. I gotta get 2 tricks from dummy. And those clubs aren't gonna be tricks. Any questions on that?
That's good. Let me see.
And if they,
6.
and what happens to you if they shift to anything else, you're done.
Yeah, but you're giving yourself a chance.
Right.
It's a chance as opposed to no chance.
Can you repeat on trick
Can
2?
you do
Trick
that?
2, you're hoping that they're gonna lead a heart, right? Like if they lead a club, just like you said, you're done, right?
Or a diamond, anything.
You're done, but you're hoping that they'll lead another heart. This time you're gonna win the ace, and this time your heart's gone, right? That went on trick one, right? You throw away the ace of spades. And when you throw away the ace of spades, now you're already on the board with the ace of hearts, the only card you're ever gonna get there with, right?
Okay, right.
And now your king, queen of spades are good.
Throw away two clubs.
And you play those king, and now you get two tricks in dummy. The king, queen of spades added to the 9 tricks you started with gives you 11 and you're making. Are you gonna make it for sure? No, they could switch to a club, but you give yourself a chance as opposed to no chance.
Let me ask you a stupid question because I get messed up with left and right. What would happen if you, played the ace of spades first and then led a small spade to the king, queen? Couldn't you just,
Well, he doesn't
You don't
have
have a
it.
small spade, you have a singleton ace.
You got a singleton ace.
You only have the singleton ace of spades. There wouldn't be any problem if you had
Okay,
another
gotcha.
spade.
once you put that X up there, I thought,
The X
what's the
meant it
problem?
was,
Yeah.
I was discarding it.
Okay,
That was what the X, there's no second spade.
I need a cup of coffee.
Yeah, just like the X that I put through just like the X I put through the 6, it was gone.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions on this? All right, what I want to switch to today, and then we're going to get back to some hands, is a common bidding sequence where the opponents end up in 2 hearts. And they have at least 8 hearts, right? The first thing you should know about that, if you let them play, it's going to be bad for you. Almost all the time. Like they've done studies on it, and you'll be lucky if you go back and look at all the times you let your opponents play 2 hearts when they had 8, you'll find that you'll be lucky if you had a 20%. Because most of the time they're making it. They have 8 hearts, right? They have half the jet deck, maybe a little more. And that's a law of total tricks. A lot of times you could take the same number of tricks that you have trump. So if you have 8 hearts, you'll make 2 hearts. And when you have a choice between declaring or defending, which is easier?
Declared.
Declaring is always easier, right? You can see what you got. And when you're defending, it's hard. Even the best players make mistakes when they defend because there's more guesswork. You can't see your partner's cards. So when you have a choice, don't defend. Play the hand. Like, that was one thing I knew right away. I knew I wasn't going to be defending. Like, when I first started playing, I was going to declare the hand because that's what I was there for. And then when I saw that some of the time it wasn't good, then I let my partner play the hand. But I was damn sure wasn't going to defend. So anyway, letting them play 2 hearts is usually really bad for you. And part of it is there's a lot of considerations. Like one of them is, are you playing match points or imps? Why does that make a difference?
Well, to me, it's more important if you're playing match points to not let them play.
Right.
Because that hand counts full for itself. Whether it's an imps, it's counted in comparison along with the other hands.
Yeah, well, what you said is correct. It's more important in match points than it is in imps, but the other part why it's more important is when you're playing match points and you're already going to get a bad score, right? You're going to get 20% if you just go quietly. If you take a shot. All you lost was the 20% you're getting, like a match point or two. That's all it's costing you. You're playing with house money now because you're about to go down the tubes, so take a shot. If you do it at imps and it doesn't work out, you go for 1100 and lose the match, right? Going for 1100 at match points, well, that's not good, but it's just not that big a deal when you were getting a bad score anyway. So you want to do something. And so here you are, they opened the heart, you passed, your partner bid 2 hearts, your worthless partner, he passed, and now opener passed, and they're gonna play 2 hearts if you go quietly, and you're gonna get a bad score,
Yeah.
almost all the time.
What's the odds on doubling a two bid,
Well, if you double, it's takeout.
right?
It's takeout, and sometimes you should. And that's part of it, is when do you bid, and if you do bid, when do you double? And once you go through your mind also, when they get to 2 hearts like that, this guy opened the heart, he's got 5 of them, right? This guy supported, he has at least 3 of them, they got at least 8 hearts. So what you go through your mind, if they got an 8-card suit, you probably have an 8-card suit. If you don't, then you have 3 7-card suits, right?
Okay.
Right, 'cause you have 26 cards between you, right? And 8 of them are in hearts. So you have at least 3 7-card suits, if not an 8-card suit. And more than likely, you're not gonna have 3 7-card suits. Like, that's your unlucky day when you have 3 7-card suits. But most of the time, you're gonna have an 8-card suit. Also, they're stopping in 2 hearts. They're not even looking for game. So what does that tell you?
They're weak,
They don't have that many
they don't have a lot of points.
Yeah, they don't have anything close to the points for game, right? So you might not have half the points, but between you and your partner, you probably have close to half the points. So you should, most of the time, be competing, right? We're assuming that your opponents know how to play, right? If you play with people who don't know how to play, you can't take those assumptions. That's why it's always better to play with people who know how to play, because you could figure stuff out. Anyway, so assuming your opponents have a pulse,
Yeah,
they don't have anything close to the points for game because neither partner invited, right?
They could have as low as 18 points, 12-point opener and a 6-point response.
Right, they could have as low as that, but you could be pretty sure they don't have 24.
Right.
Right, do the math.
Yeah, or somebody would have been inviting in there. Okay, so you know that your side has some points, your side has a fit someplace, more than likely, and most of the time at match points, you need to bid. You can't go quietly. In order for you to bid a suit,
Gotta have 5.
you should have 5 is right. You should have 5 to bid. Notice, and it should probably, and if it's spades, any 5 will do. Like, it's never good keeping your 5-card suit a secret and hoping your partner will bid it. They just don't. It's just the math, right? If you got 5 of them, how many are they gonna have? Even if you have a fit? 3, right? You think they're gonna bid your 5-card suit with 3 of them? If they do, see if there's a mirror behind you or something. So if you have a 5-card suit, most of the time you need to bid it because they're not.
So you bid, say, 2 spades then?
Yeah, with 2 spades
double,
with
then.
any 5, you would do it.
Yeah.
And of course, if you had a good 5-card minor, you might bid that.
Bid 3.
How about suit quality?
Yeah, it's something you look at, especially with a minor, like that's what I said, how you doing?
Sorry, I'm
A
late.
good 5-card minor. With a bad 5-card minor, you would choose not to. But it's a matter of what your choices are. And that's where we're gonna get to, like, you don't always have a good choice, right? That's what bridge is. Sometimes you have to make a choice, and none of them are all that great, right? But it's not like when you can play online, you just sit there and let the clock run out.
Yeah, don't be an observer.
So
all the
here,
time.
they're gonna make you do something. You can't let the clock run out.
But on your 2 spade bid, that quality doesn't have to be good either, just fine.
Yeah, because I could bid it on the 2 level, that should be going through your mind. Like, I'm not volunteering for the 3 level if I can get on the 2 level, right? 2 levels, way more fun than the 3 level. So that's why 2 spades with any 5, I'm there. With a 5-card minor, it would have to be good for me to volunteer to go on the 3 level. But sometimes I don't have a choice. And sometimes you double. Double's usually a good call if you can do it. And it's a takeout double when you double in this circumstance, right? What's that showing when I double?
12 plus points and.
Well, you've already
I
passed.
passed the first time, right?
Yeah, you've already passed, so
You're short in hearts.
you,
Shortness in there.
Probably short in hearts, but what's definitely true.
Supporting the other suits.
Yeah, I got 3 cards in all the other suits, right? I'm telling you to bid. I can't be telling you to bid if I got a doubleton someplace, right? Then you'll bid your 4-card suit, we'll be playing in a 6-card suit, and you'll be looking for a new partner. So you've got to have support for the other suits if you're telling your partner to bid. Because it takes a good hand to double and then bid something if your partner bids something you don't like. And you already don't have a good hand, right? You passed, right? So, more than likely, anyway.
so if you, in this situation, if you have in your hand 3 hearts and 2 spades, 4 diamonds and 4 clubs, you're not gonna double. You're just gonna pass.
If I have,
You got 2 spades, 3 hearts, and 4 in the minors, you're just gonna pass.
well, I'm not gonna double, that's for sure.
Yeah,
But that's whether I'll pass or not, probably not.
you'll bid the spade, you'll bid
The minor.
the minor, even with 4 of them.
It's a matter of choices, like it's not a good choice. And then we're gonna look at some hands, including one that you just said. But you're right, it's not a good choice, but it's, remember, passing, I just signed on for the 20%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it depends how aggressive you are. You know, where you're gonna draw the line. Okay, so I have the 4 hands on the board. Like hand number 1, what are you gonna do with that?
double.
Right, you all agree with the double? Yeah, you're short in hearts, I got 3 or more in the rest of the suits. I'm certainly not gonna overcall any of that.
Okay.
So that's a clear double at match points or imps. Either one, you would double with that hand.
Even with 8 points.
Remember, between you, your partner probably has 10. But yeah, with 8 points, there's nothing to think about. 8 points and the right distribution. Remember, what you're gambling is the 20% gain you were getting.
Cause they
If
may
you
bid,
don't.
yeah, plus they may bid 3 hearts over you.
Right, and that's a good point, because the key is, when you bid, you go from a circumstance where you're almost guaranteed a bad board to a chance of getting a good board. And you get a good board several ways. One, you might actually make it, right? You might hit your partner and you have a fit, and you roll your score. After all, you do have close to half the deck, and you probably have a fit. There's a good chance you could make what you bid. Or even if you go down 1,
Yeah, that's 50, possibly not vulnerable, and they get
Yeah, it's
110,
50, and they were on their way to 110.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you down 2, it's 100, and they were on their way down to 110 if they didn't double you. So you can get a good score if they let you play, either by making it or not getting hurt too badly. Or it's like Bob said, like they'll go to the 3 level now. Well, they were happy at the 2 level, they were making that. They have 8 trump, now they're at the 3 level. Will they make it? Some of the time, but some of the time they will not. If they have 8 trump, there's a good chance they're only taking 8 tricks. They went from a contract they're making to a contract that they're gonna go down in.
But then, would you double?
Doesn't matter if you double or not.
But then if you could make your 2-bid,
Yeah, well, basically, if you're sure you're gonna set them double, but or pretty sure, but it's a good score for you if they went from a contract they was making to a contract that's not making. That's what you're trying to push them into, push them up to the 3 level.
I wouldn't double a 3 level because if they were by chance to make it, that's game.
yeah, yeah.
Well, that
right.
depends whether you're playing match points or imps. At match points, who cares?
Mhm.
Like if they make it, they're probably getting a good score anyway. But at imps, you're right, you doubled them in the game and you just lost the match.
Yeah.
Should you consider vulnerability?
Sure, absolutely. You should consider vulnerability when it's close, whether to do something or not. You know, and if you're vulnerable, and you have a very marginal bid to begin with, you might not want to make it, sure.
Well, one other,
Okay.
I'm not sure I'd double them at match points, because if you double them and they make it, okay, if they were just gonna make it at 3 hearts undoubled, then you're probably gonna get an average board, and if you double them, then you're definitely gonna get a bottom if they make it.
Well, your rule for doubling is the same rule for doubling like anything in match points. You think you're gonna get them 2/3 of the time. That's when you double.
Yeah.
That's your rule for doubling it. And if you're setting them every time when you double, you are not doubling enough. And if you play against the same people and they're any good, they'll know you don't double enough, and they'll take advantage of that. So, but you should get them 2/3 of the time when you double at match points. But at imps, doubling into game is treacherous stuff. So this one, at either, you're gonna make it take out double, and most of the time it'll work out for you. Will it work out for you every time? No. But it's something you should do. How about this hand?
Yeah,
Same thing.
same thing, just not as strong.
Well, you're not as strong, which makes it more likely your partner has more, right?
Mhm.
But this is a pretty weak hand. Unsupported queens, they're not worth 2, right? It says in the book they are, but they're not. And as a matter of fact, in the latest book, if you read Adam Parrish's column, you know, he says the queen is worth about 1.5. So, but this hand, at match points, I'm still gonna double. At imps, now it's back to what you said, the vulnerability. Like if I'm vulnerable, I'm calling it a day, right? I'm not venturing in with a horrible hand like that. Because even though it may work out for me on the other side, this might be an 1100 loss here. So at imps, if I'm vulnerable, pass, non-vulnerable for me, I would still double. Any other thoughts on this? Okay, hand 3 over at the top. The first thing that you go through your mind is, what are you not gonna do?
Not gonna double.
Yeah, you're not gonna double and have your partner bid spades, right, with his 4.
Three diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna make a call, it's gonna be 3 diamonds, right? So this would be 3 diamonds. And that's clearly the bid at match points. Like, I'm not gonna roll over and let you play 2 hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just not volunteering for the 20%.
Yeah.
At imps, though, what? Yeah, I think I passed 2 at imps. Like, basically, we don't have the spades,
A lot of losers.
and we might get killed here, even non-vulnerable. So at imps, I agree with Carolyn. I pass at imps, and, you know, if I lose an imp or 2, it's all right. Better than losing 12 of them.
Yeah.
Right. Remember, with match points, all you want to do is do better than somebody. And if you're worse, it doesn't matter how much worse. Worse is worse. As opposed to imps, the difference is what matters. Like, you want to get as many points as you have. Like, slams are really important at imps.
Right.
They count the same as match points as a 2-club partial, right? Because of the scoring. Because at match points, all the hands are equal. At imps, they're not equal. So here, when you have a disaster there,
What is that 3 that's, what, something points, what did you write?
master point, match
yeah.
points. It's 3
I got it.
diamonds. To
I
me,
got it.
it's past at imps.
That's what I have read, just want to make sure.
And now we get the hand 4. Again, we can't double, we only got 2 spades. And we don't have anything that we're particularly proud of bidding, right?
Yeah.
4 to the queen, you know, that's really not a reasonable suit to overcall with, right?
Right.
On the other hand, I don't want to defend against 2 hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a matter of personal preference. I can tell you my personal preference. I am not letting them play 2 hearts.
You're gonna bid a 3 diamonds?
3
No.
diamonds? No. 3 clubs?
Yeah, I'm gonna bid 3 clubs, and I'll tell you why I bid 3 clubs. And I'm not telling, and it's a matter of personal preference whether to bid at all with this, because you really don't have a bid. On the other hand, you really don't want to stick for 2 hearts.
Does it change your mind at all, having 3 hearts, whereas all those other hands, you only had 2?
Well, it just made this hand all the weaker because I don't have spades, so I can't double. So if I'm gonna bid, it's gonna have to be a minor, and the minors are pitiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'd personally do, and I would have thought about my bid before, I wouldn't be squirming around and then bidding. Like, there's nothing like squirming around to tell your partner, tell your opponents, hey, I'm in trouble here, why don't you double me? So don't be squirming, think about it when it's not your turn. And to me, the 3 club
Goes down fluidly.
goes down in tempo.
Yeah, tempo.
And the reason I did 3 clubs instead of 3 diamonds is most people will only double you if they have what? Trump stack, right?
Yeah.
Like I tried out a 3 club bid and somebody's sitting there with 6 of them, they're not gonna have any trouble finding the double, right?
Yeah, okay.
So then you can bid the diamonds.
That's right. So if somebody doubles me up to 3 diamonds,
You have the room to bid that.
well, I have a little wiggle room. If I bid the diamonds first, I don't have the wiggle room. So I'm giving myself a little wiggle. Can this backfire? Sure it can. And I only do this at match points. That's my preference.
Not at imps.
I wouldn't even think of imps, right? At imps, you really don't want to give up 1100.
That's right.
But at match points, near the bottom is near the bottom. It doesn't matter how far down you are. And Paul Soloway, he was the all-time master point leader for a while, very famous player. And he said once, minus 1100 is good for the soul. but not on every deal. but if it happens, part of bridge is if you did what you think is statistically most likely to work and it doesn't work, you can't worry about it.
Right.
You can't. And if you have opponents who dig you, I would say those are good people to stay away from. And that happens to everybody, and that's the kind of game it is. Anyway, it's important to realize if you let them play, you'd be lucky to get 20% on that board. So do something. By the way, what happens if instead of hearts it's spades? They're bidding spades. You're still probably getting 20% by the way.
Same thing, right?
But it's not quite the same because now,
Everything's at 3 level.
now everything's at the 3 level, so stuff that was marginal before, you might want to, there are times when I will let them play 2 spades. I won't like it, but I will do it. But I almost never let them play 2 hearts.
Okay.
But if you've got 5 hearts, you're not gonna let them play 2 spades.
Oh yeah, I'm still gonna try and stop them from
Yeah.
playing 2 spades, absolutely. If I have
Yeah.
5 hearts, it's 3 hearts.
Have 5 diamonds or 5 clubs, same thing?
Pretty much, yeah, I don't want them to play 2 spades.
Right.
And I'm getting a 20% if I let them play there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have one time to put one more hand.
2 more minutes.
The game start 11:30 or
No, it starts at
11:45?
11:45.
Oh, that thing, oh, that, because I'm.
It was always, 11:45 is when we start.
They'll come down and holler at us if they.
No,
I'll give you the high five.
Okay, yeah, you're
I'll
in
keep it.
charge.
Huh?
You're in charge.
Yeah,
okay, we're gonna go back.
it's 11:33.
All right.
And we have time to look at another play of the hand type of thing. And this is also by Eddie Cantor.
This says 11:34.
And I'm pretty sure they won't start without us.
Yeah.
I hope not.
They took all of our members.
That's right.
Well, then they may.
Right.
They may.
What?
Go shopping.
You got 1 minute, Jeff, to 11, it's 11:34.
Okay, we got 6 minutes in.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And this is from August 2023. And it's on page 59. We had just started to look at this a while ago. Here's north. And here's south. And the bidding goes like this. North bids a club, south bids a heart, north bids 3 hearts, and south bids 4 hearts. And the jack of spades is laid.
North bids a club,
Yep.
17, am I adding this wrong, 17 points? 2 doubletons, I guess, right?
North, let me see.
Yeah, it's unbalanced.
Have some, I mark some down wrong.
Yeah, spades and diamonds.
No, I think, what do you think is wrong?
Is it 17 points, am I adding it wrong on north?
Better no trump instead of the heart, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
On the club.
North has 9, 12, yeah, it's 17 points, right?
Okay.
2 doubles.
2 doubletons.
Yeah, it's
You
not
always
balanced.
lean toward,
Yeah,
show your points, but because of the 2 doubletons? No, why?
and you have 5-card suit, what do you do?
4-card suit.
When you have a good
Yeah.
5-card
Yeah.
suit, what do you do?
You did it.
You bet it.
Add a point, you're too strong for one that trump.
Okay.
That's a good
Okay.
question, because a lot of people, they don't do that, but they should. When you have a
Add that
good
extra point.
5-card suit,
Be
Add a
18.
point.
18, okay.
yes,
gotcha.
you're too strong.
18, gotcha.
So it goes 1 club, 1 heart, 3 hearts, 4 hearts, and they lead a jack of spades. What do you think, put up the queen or not? Sure, you got nothing to lose, right?
Mhm.
It's probably gonna fail, but you don't have much hope that it's gonna win, but you have no hope if you don't, right?
Right.
Okay,
If you don't put up the queen, you know you're not getting it, right?
okay.
If you put up the queen, you're probably not getting it. It's a difference between a sliver of hope and no hope.
So you go with the queen.
You go with the
sliver,
queen,
With the sliver.
and sure enough, you lose to the king of spades,
Yeah.
which is what you thought was gonna do.
Okay, so. So
So you don't play your ace, you don't take
you're
it.
gonna play the ace? No. of
Okay,
course not. No, it's not.
Okay, I'm
Of course
asking you.
not. Of course not, I'm not gonna play the ace.
Am I gonna, like I played the queen, so I lose, the king's over there, so,
Okay,
I'm giving my queen a chance to win.
yeah,
A small chance, but just a chance, right?
yeah.
So I lose to the queen,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
when
Take
you're
the
looking
ace.
at this, now this hand, the hand behind,
Is behind, yeah, that hand's behind north.
yeah, that hand's behind north.
Yeah.
Does that hand scare you?
No,
No, it doesn't, right?
Because
The hand behind,
east.
King of diamonds is in trouble.
right,
Yes.
the hand behind the king of diamonds,
you're not afraid of.
you're not afraid of because they would have to lead to the king of diamonds. You don't want the king of diamonds led through,
Right.
Right.
right? That's the key to this hand. You don't want the king of diamonds led through. Like if you're lucky and the ace is in front, it doesn't matter. But usually, especially if you're getting a hand from the bullet, it ain't in front, it's behind. The ace of diamonds,
East has the ace of
yeah,
diamonds.
the ace of diamonds is behind it.
Okay. Yeah, you'd like east to lead to the diamonds.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So, east is now in with the king of spades, right?
Mm-hmm,
Wouldn't you?
okay.
And
So what do you got?
basically, you don't want to take your ace because you want east to be in.
Mm-hmm,
And more important, you don't want east to be able to put west in to lead through your diamonds,
yep,
right? You don't want to give, think about their entries. You don't want to give them a spade entry to be leading through your king of diamonds.
it's gonna lead a heart or a diamond, because you can see the ace on the board, clubs.
And say east continues with another spade, right?
Oh, he's gonna,
Yeah, he's not there
he
to
wants to
help
get
you,
the
right?
ace off the board,
Yeah, well, he's not gonna help you by leading
yeah.
up to your king of diamonds, right?
Right. Plus, he doesn't know you got the ace. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
his partner could have led away from the ace with a jack.
But anyway,
I don't
so
know what
he's
it
gonna,
is.
so he leads
I
a
don't know what it
spade.
is.
Well, it's a safe lead for him, right? The idea is for him not to help you, right?
Okay, right,
It's 22
So-
now.
So he wins, so the second time you win the ace, right?
yeah.
Because now you don't have to worry because he can't create an entry in spades anymore because now you're gonna be roughing, right?
Mm-hmm,
The second spade disappears.
oh, I see.
Yeah, so you win your ace. And again, what you want, what you're thinking about, you're happy letting the hand that's behind this get in, but you can't let it, they can't let you lead through it. So what you want to do is, you want to put the hand in that's going to lead to your diamonds, if they want to lead a diamond.
Sure.
They could fix them so when they get in, they can't lead through your king of diamonds, right? Because you're afraid that the ace is behind it, and you're gonna lose 2 diamonds, and you can go down, right? Because you can't afford to lose 2 diamonds because you're gonna lose the spade and a heart. That's 4 tricks. That's 1 too many, right?
Trump the spade,
Trumps for hearts.
okay, trump the spade up to those, they're gone in north, if you're in the south hand.
It still doesn't. Basically, what you want to do is set up your hearts, right?
Mhm.
That's how you make this hand, right? Now, if the hearts go 2-2, you're home, right?
Yep.
You just play ace, king of hearts, they go down and you make it. How often do they split?
50%, no?
30.
Not when there's 4 of them.
30.
Oh, 25%, they don't, that.
30
they-
something.
Oh, 30 something.
The odds are, the fact is, when there's an even number out, they usually don't split.
Yeah.
If it's your lucky day, they'll split.
Right.
It's never your lucky day when you're doing hands with the bridge bowling.
Yeah,
And most of the time, it's not your lucky day at the table either. Anyway, the point is,
they split.
don't
off.
play for the hearts to split.
Okay,
And you could let them have a heart. You just can't let them have 2 diamonds in addition to the heart and the spade. You want to hold them to 1 diamond trick. So what you do is what?
Finesse.
Finesse a spade. I mean, finesse a heart.
Finesse the heart, lead in, put the 10 of hearts in, right? Let them
Unless,
win the queen or the jack.
unless an honor comes up, then you cover it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, basically, you're gonna put the 10 in no matter what. You're probably gonna lose to the queen of hearts, right? Or the jack of hearts, that's probably what's gonna happen. But this is the hand that can't hurt you, right? They're in. The same guy who can't lead through the diamonds, he's in now. He won the heart. What can he lead? Nothing. If he leads a diamond, your king's good. Okay, I'll see you all.
all right, good, I'm gonna look at
Next
that
one.
again.